Hello guys, thank you for joining me again. This is Only Logic here with you today, and we're looking at Team Omega versus CM25 in Dota 2 for the MASCA CyberWars Dota 2 tournament.
Reserve time.
Never mind. Anyway, so what we're doing is we're taking a look here. This is actually a rematch. Apparently they did play before, and I'm not too sure what the circumstance was that they couldn't exactly play properly. Maybe there was a cancel, somebody not appearing, I'm not too sure. But let's take a quick look at the bans and the picks. Before I started here, we've had an OD ban and a Wisp ban, which we have seen from CM25 before, these particular bans. OD, very, very strong in the mid, especially with his huge teamfight ult. Even just picking out single heroes in an ult, absolutely very good. And Wisp there as well. Wisp playing in the bans as well, being quite a strong hero when played properly. I must mention that he's a very good hero when played properly. One of the heroes that we haven't seen is Chen, for that very, very reason. Chen, although he's not banned, he's not picked because he does require a lot of skills. And unlike Meepo, where he's good in given circumstances, even an underlevel Chen can help out a team a lot. Even an underfarm Chen can help out a team a lot with his centaurs, with his ulti, but you need to know when to pop these things. We're going to see a Nyx ban from Team Omega, completely understandably. He's got an area of effect stun. He can solo kill if he's got enough farm. So two strong bans from Team Omega here, as well as from CM25. I'm glad to see that I am casting here on Twitch. So if you're having troubles inside the game client, just make sure that you have selected me as your broadcaster. Thank you to everybody that has followed me on Twitch recently. Because of my casting on the MASCA CyberWars Dota 2 tournament. Definitely stick around because I do a lot of work with Pyron0. Check him out on his channel. It's Pyron. It's youtube.com/Pyron0. And if you're a fan of Nintendo, definitely check out his Twitch as well. Follow his Twitch, twitch.tv/Pyron0, Pyronzero. Or for my YouTube followers, it's definitely in the description there. So we're going to see our first strong picks. We've got a Spirit Breaker pick. Spirit Breaker first pick. This is absolutely, this is completely unseen. Are they planning to play a carry Spirit Breaker? Now I must say I have seen a support Spirit Breaker, and I've seen a Lifestealer pick. So is it a support Spirit Breaker? Is it a mid Spirit Breaker? This is absolutely amazing drafting by CM25, who are really popping out some of the stunts here, eh? And Team Omega, they've taken a Weaver, which is understandably a very, very, very good hard carry, purely because he's got an escape, which is travel at 1,000,000 miles an hour while invisible. He's absolutely amazing. And they've also picked an Alchemist. So we've seen two double carries immediately from CM25 and Team Omega. With that, there's still that versatility. You can put Weaver in the off lane. You can have an Alchemist support. You can have a Spirit Breaker support. You can put Lifestealer in the off lane. It's not usually done. They're usually all played as carries, hard carries, but let's see what happens here. See ya, buddy. Just saying bye to Pyron0 there, who sometimes co-casts with me, and we've had some quite immediate bans here as well. We've had a Rubik ban, so Team Omega may be thinking of picking out some big teamfight heroes against CM25 here, maybe. Not too sure. They want to pick out that Rubik, and they've taken out Treant Protector as well. Something that we haven't seen in MASCA CyberWars so far is a Treant pick. At least not that I'm aware of, because I haven't been keeping up with all of the games, unfortunately. I'm relying on my dearest friends to supply me with the ability to. Meanwhile, on Team Omega, we've had a Puck ban, which I can completely understand. Puck is a very, very, very strong mid hero. Especially if you come up against something like a Dragon Knight or something that isn't as versatile. And a Visage ban, and I can definitely understand the Visage ban. Hey, you've got a level 1 Dagon at level 1 basically with that Soul Assumption. A lot of damage. It really does sting when it hits you. Meanwhile,
5 seconds.
Yeah. So we're just waiting now for the third pick here. They'll probably want to start picking supports.
Reserve
as much as I would love to see 5 carry strategies, I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't think it's going to happen. Looking at the bans, however, Team Omega has, although it's understandable that CM25 is banning out the supports, but Team Omega seems to be banning out the supports as well. Maybe not so much Batrider or Puck, but they're definitely more teamfight initiator style sort of versatility sort of carries rather than full-on carries or specific offlaners that have seen a lot of play, especially recently. And the only support bans there are Nyx and Visage, and they're going to take it up on that. They are going to take the Shadow Demon, which is in essence also a counter to CM25 there as well. Shadow Demon being very good with a Life Stealer and that sort of combo there. I'm a little bit worried. I'm looking at that Spirit Breaker and I'm thinking, can Team Omega afford to pick out weak supports here? CM25 is going to respond with another hero that usually sees bans that hasn't, and that's a Darkseer. Very strong in the off lane. He might be coming up solo against a Weaver, and I could definitely see an offensive tri-lane. Spirit Breaker support, I have no idea. I honestly can't see what that Spirit Breaker is going to be with a Lifestealer. And I know that the Lifestealer is not in the off lane now, because there's no way that you wouldn't put Darkseer in an off lane position. So this is strange drafting, but I'm absolutely loving this. And we're waiting for our 4th pick here. Shadow Demon and Alchemist, maybe a tri-lane. So maybe we've seen our tri-lane already. Maybe that's going to be our tri-lane. We could see our Weaver in the off lane as well, or even in mid. But I'm thinking that they're going to be picking another support. I'd love to see a Leshrac play. I don't think we're going to see Leshrac. We could see Jakiro, especially against that Life Stealer, just to block off paths. Maybe get early, but instead we're going to see a Naga Siren, and that was a sort of lucky Rubik ban there-ish, maybe, because Rubik stealing a Naga Siren ult can turn the tide around for the enemy team, for the team with the Naga, that is. But still, that's going to be a we've seen our tri-lane. Now we're just waiting for our mid, I imagine. It's going to be Shadow Demon, it's going to be Naga, and either Alchemist or Weaver.
10 seconds remaining.
If they're running an offensive tri-lane, it's more likely to be a Weaver, because Alchemist can get solo farm in the easy lane. Weaver off lane as well with a tri-lane, a defensive tri-lane with Alchemist, we could see that as well. And now we're just waiting for CM25 to pick their mid hero. They pick a Storm Spirit. This sort of gives the opportunity for Team Omega to counter this. Maybe they can get a hero that has a really strong early game. I can't think of a strong early game mid hero to try and deny the Storm Spirit. Unless it's something with a solid stun. I mean, they could go for something like a Lion. Lion in mid. It has been done. It is possible, and that would just deny Storm Spirit, because before he can get his Bloodstone or anything to help him out, the Lion can just stun him, finger him, and just, well, death him. Finger of death, or just finger him and then he'll die. That sounds so wrong. Just finger him and then he'll die. Yeah, just a pop a finger there. Final ban by Omega, by Team Omega there, is the Kunkka. Is the Kunkka there as well, who is a good hero that has seen plays by CM25. I can't help but seeing Nyx, Visage, and Kunkka in the bans and thinking, yeah, I saw a game like this not too long ago, you know, so maybe they are trying to specifically ban against CM25. The final ban is going to be Silencer against Team Omega, which sort of makes sense with that Naga Siren combo, and they have gone for a Dragon Knight, which isn't particularly strong early, but once again, against a Storm Spirit, he sure ain't going to die. He's a tanky hero, he can take the harass, he can stay in mid, and they're really going to need to put a lot of effort to gank him. Unless Storm Spirit gets 6, in which case Dragon Knight can pop his ult. So that's a very good counter to Storm Spirit in mid. With a Dragon Knight mid, and they're going to pick their final support. It's a Vengeful Spirit, so we're going to see, I'm guessing, Venge, Support Spirit Breaker, and Life Stealer, Darkseer in the offlane, Storm Spirit at mid. Looking at Omega's lineup, I'm thinking Epic on the Alchemist, yeah, that makes sense, with a tri-lane, with Shadow Demon and Naga Siren, Dragon Knight mid, and maybe a safe lane Weaver, but it's looking like a solo Weaver, whether it's in the safe lane or the off lane. Weaver's quite weak, so he does definitely falter to a tri-lane. Maybe a Team Omega do want to really put a lot of pressure on. They're known for putting a lot of pressure on. Maybe they want to do that offensive tri-lane with the Shadow Demon, with the Naga, net, stun. You set up for the net with it's a disruption. It is disruption. You set up for the net with a disruption. You get the net off with the Naga, you finish him off with the Alchemist stun, and if he's not dead by then I'm not sure what's going to kill him. Especially seeing as you've got a Life Stealer there, which does need a lot of focus to take him down. But a Spirit Breaker with a charge, with bash, that can be annoying as a support. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, this could be interesting. This could definitely be interesting, because we've got a charge, and we've got a Storm Spirit Life Infest bomb. So this could definitely be interesting. Darkseer, of course, very mobile with his Surge. At max level, it's got a duration of 7.5, which I think someone timed. You can get from the Tier 1 tower to halfway between the Tier 3 and Tier 2 and 3 tower in mid before it runs out. So, there's going to be a team fight near Rosh. You TP here, you surge yourself, you're basically in Rosh. You can pop your vacuum and you're in for the team fight. It's not quite as mobile as Storm Spirit or the Spirit Breaker, but I can see the sort of team lineup that they're going for. We've had a bit of a pause here. Let's take a quick look at the other side as well. We've got the carry who's playing mid again, as the Dragon Knight. Hopefully he's going to do a brilliant job there. This is for Team Omega. We've got Epic the carry on the Alchemist, hoping to go into that safe lane maybe, and Weaver in the off lane. Once again, I'm not sure if I completely approve of this idea. He has gone directly for a poor man's shield, and he hasn't had any regen pop to him. And is he going to take... Yeah, he is going to take Arda's regen, but now Arda's not going to take any regen either. So what's going on? Is Naga going to... No, Naga's going to give him the ward, so that's at least a little bit better. But still, that Shadow Demon without any regen, Darkseer, it might not affect the game at all, or Darkseer may want to dive that nice and early, throw on the Iron Shell to see if he can make a difference. This I don't think is a good idea. Having this Iron Shell up, I still think it's much smarter to just hold off your first skill point. What if they come around here? What if they're smoked up? What if they come from behind or around or do something and stun you and disrupt you? You're not going to be able to get out of there. You're going to be able to Iron Shell yourself, but you're not going to be able to surge. Meanwhile, Weaver wants to pop up this camp here, and he's going to place a ward somewhere in there, I presume. No, he's just going to place it right in front of the camp, so that can be dewarded, but immediately that's already going to be a big help. And maybe he's going to place a second one here, I'm guessing. Or is he going to leave it for the rune spot? No, he's not going to make a difference. Darkseer has taken the double damage rune. It's not going to help him, but it is going to... Oh, and they've already dewarded this. This is absolutely amazing play by Ada. I wonder if they know that there's no ward here, because there is one sentry left, so I think they'll just wait for the camp to go. And now Darkseer is stuffed. Now Darkseer just doesn't know where he's able to be, because he's going to be completely zoned out by Ada, who... Oh, we've seen a confrontation here already. He's already gone, and that's brilliant chain stunning, and they don't have sentries. Not a smart idea. Vengeful Spirit, did you buy sentries? Spirit Breaker? No, they didn't buy sentries. Not a good idea, because that's going to be blocked. They're not going to be able to get an easy kill on Weaver here. Weaver's harassing them as well. Let's take a look at what's happening here. Pebble's being harassed by the creeps, but he's harassing Dragon Knight as well, but he's taking a lot more damage from the creeps than it's worth. First Blood. Oh! Does go! They have taken down that Weaver on that First Blood. Probably brilliant chain stunning there. Yeah. Vengeful Spirit propping off her second chain. Spirit Breaker not charging onto him, so that was probably a slow. I wonder how they got him. Oh, I wish I was there to see that. Unfortunately, I just missed that. Darkseer has said, stuff you, I'm going into the jungle, because there's absolutely no point in me being in that tri-lane with me being zoned out as much as I was being zoned out. And now that they have pinged that this is being warded, and Vengeful has bought wards to try and de-ward that, has bought sentries. She's just going to place the sentry just straight in front. I'm worried that that's in range of the camp. I wonder if that's going to block the camp. It'd be embarrassing if it did, I'll tell you that much. What's happening here? These guys are just fighting it out. Oh, and that's a lot of damage, and he is going to link him there, but nothing's going to come out of it. Fire breath, fire breath, fire breath. No fire breath. And he's going to go north, and he's not going to find a rune. The rune is on bot, and the warding here is by the Dire team. Weaver, meanwhile, having to play very, very defensively. Let's take a look at these last hits and deny. No, not kills, death assists. Last hits and denies. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. And he's going to end up taking that illusion ward. So Lifestealer and Alchemist coming first on the last hits. Surprise, surprise. Lifestealer also in with some denies. And the Dragon Knight just barely outlaning that Storm Spirit, which is fair enough. The problem with Darkseer being in the jungle is, you see, he's standing here. He's not doing much. He's stacking jungle creeps, and he's trying to do his best, but for all intents and purposes, he's going to be out of this game a lot of the time. Meanwhile, there's been another confrontation here, and he is going to pull him in again. Is he going to go on him? Is he going to go on him? Is that a fire breath? Is that a fire breath? 3, 2, 1. Yeah, stun, fire breath. No, we're not going to see it because Darkseer is going to come in, and he doesn't have vacuum, so he's not able to do anything. But Pebble is going to have to be very, very careful. That's a huge long net, and we've already got a charge here. We've got a disruption, brilliant disruption here. Is he going to be able to take him? He does take him, and there's a charge on Ada there. So there's a huge team fight already in mid here. Are they going to be able to make something of this? And now he's just he's just bottling it up, and he just keeps attacking. He just keeps attacking. He wants to get the stun off. He does have the stun. Is he going to pull it? Is he going to pull it? Is he going to pull it off? He's not, but he's going to have to stun. He doesn't have the mana now to stun, and he's going to be chased by that Spirit Breaker with the Ion Shell, and the Surge just isn't enough quite yet. Weaver dying up top again. So with all of this action happening and winning, he's going to charge. He's going to charge him under tower again, and Ada is going to try and put a lot of pressure, but Ada's just going to have to back off. And he's going to be chased, and he's picked the wrong direction, but even better that he has picked the wrong direction. Oh, Storm Spirit wanting to get a kill here, but it's not going to be worth it, and Weaver's just going to clean up here on the Storm Spirit. So we've seen a lot of stuff happening here. Oh, absolutely amazing plays. 2 to 4 going in the way of CM25, who are really putting in a lot of effort to try and get a couple of kills, and maybe diving too far. Maybe diving too far. But either way, they've gotten 4. They've killed the Weaver twice. If it weren't for these Weaver kills, it'd be 2 for 2. But hey, the Weaver's died, and he's an off-lane Weaver. He's got a poor man's shield and 1 tango and 680 in the bank. Hasn't even bought his boots. That's how far back he is, and it's 5 minutes in. Meanwhile, Vengeful Spirit is doing well, just stacking these camps. So it looks like the sentry wasn't in range. Oh, this is going to be a very lucky rune, and he is going to pop his 2 bottle charges, and he is going to take this haste rune, but it looks like he has been seen. Meanwhile, Alchemist just farming, Lifestealer just farming, although Lifestealer is also farming lives, killing that Weaver there. So Big Cow is going to have to play very, very cautiously to see if he's going to... he's also being denied here. This is a very good play by the Lifestealer, even if it is slightly overly aggressive. He does already have his Infest, whereas the solo lane Weaver is only level 5. Once he gets his ultimate, he will be a lot more survivable, but if they've been able to deal with him so far, I wouldn't be surprised if they'd be able to deal with him at other times. And Lifestealer just farming up here in the bottom lane. There's this tri-lane here. Once again... See ya. Once again, the Alchemist isn't going... If the Alchemist is getting solo farm, unless they're trying to go on the Storm Spirit, maybe they've seen that he doesn't have level 6, but I think that the support should really be roaming. Meanwhile, is he just going to go straight up the river here? No, he's not. Storm Spirit knows that he's there, and he just doesn't want anything to do with it. He might... No, he won't. Once again, the Weaver in the trees here, but nothing's going to come out of that. And this carry has done absolutely well. And now there's going to be a charge up on the Weaver again. And he's just going to back off. And Spirit Breaker, and they are going to dive the tower here. No, they're not.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Weaver saw that Spirit Breaker coming and immediately backed off. And now it's back to mid wars. And Omega Carry is doing a very good job against Pebble here, who looks to be outlaned. He's just hit level 6, but Dragon Knight's already level 7. And it looks like he hasn't taken his ult yet either. And what's happening up here? Nothing. And Darkseer is just farming in the jungle, and he's quite low. He has only just gotten his Soul Ring 7 minutes in, but hopefully he's been stacking camps, which he's been clearing as well. But maybe he'll be able to catch up later on in the game. Courier delivering sentries to Vengeful Spirit there. Just like to give a hello to all of my viewers on Twitch. Thank you very much for following me if you have, and if you haven't, please do. Also check out my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/goingonlylogical. Just search for Only Logic on YouTube. You're bound to find me. This is where all of these videos will be uploaded, hopefully in slightly higher quality than they're recorded. If they aren't, I'm terribly sorry to all of the MASCA people for having terrible quality videos. Meanwhile, the carry here has been completely dominating the rune control, and he probably knows Lifestealer is mid, but it's not going to make that much of a difference. That Lifestealer is going to infest, but it looks like they're not going to jump on anybody quite yet. Storm Spirit is also able to maybe make a jump on somebody, but it looks like they're all just going to go back to farming. There's 3 mid here, so maybe they're looking to push through mid. Weaver's just farming up here against the Vengeful Spirit, and Vengeful should probably feel quite comfortable farming against a Weaver, seeing as the Weaver has less health, less hit points than the Vengeful. So it looks like, yeah, they have been spotted. They have been spotted, so it looks like they're not going to get any kills here, even with a Lifestealer, Infest, Spirit Breaker charge. That had a lot of words in it. Maybe they could go for the carry here. Maybe they could. Maybe they could. Are they going to jump on him? Are they going to jump on him? Looks like they're not. Are they going to? Bang! Yes, they are going to jump on him, and there's going to be a charge as well. There's a Lifestealer bomb as well, and he's just going to zip through. Oh, brilliant defensive disruption there, and now they're going to switch to the... oh, and that's a brilliant stun. They're good. They've just turned this around completely. Storm Spirit's gone down. Dragon Knight's still in this fight. Lifestealer trying to get something. Weaver has also come in, but he's going to be vacuumed back, and he's not going to be able to get a kill on this Storm, on the Spirit Breaker here. And there's a Rage, and everybody's just dropping back after that unfortunately turned around fight. Oh, and sorry, not Lifestealer, Dragon Knight going a little bit too far in. And now he has been chased. Can he lifesteal? He's going to lifesteal. He's going to lifesteal this. And he does lifesteal this with Spirit Breaker using his ult. Very well done on that ult usage. Even if it was a bit of a kill secure, not a kill steal, even if it was a bit of a kill secure to make up for that fight there, turning that at least partially around a mid for a mid. Meanwhile, Vengeful Spirit farming here under tower. Okay. Yep, whatever floats your boat. And Bloodstruck and Ada. So it looks like the bottom tower here has been denied, so there was a little bit of a creep push that Storm Spirit said, hey, we ain't going to let that happen, eh?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Now he's just going to keep farming here. I'm not sure whether the team wants to make a push on mid here, because they're sort of semi-committing to this mid. Although they definitely scared Arctic Light. And whoever the Storm Spirit was, let me see if I can find him. And Pebble, that's right, into jumping in on this mid lane here. Oh, excuse my voice slightly. I'm going to get myself a cup of water just to make sure that I can keep talking and joining you here with this cast between Team Omega and CM25.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So sorry about that little bit of a pause there. That was an amazing team fight by CM25 to really bring that around, where the Dragon Knight came in and almost died himself. Lucky to have that Shadow Blade. He did end up escaping. And once again, they've gone back to 3-man mid, which I don't think is a great idea, because you're just losing experience by 3-manning mid if you're not going to push, if you're not going to commit to pushing down this tower. And it looks like they have decided that they are going to commit to pushing down this tower, and there is no glyph, so they can put a lot of effort onto this tower. So it looks like I have to take that back. It looks like they're not going to commit to pushing this tower, which means that Naga Siren, Dragon Knight, and Weaver, probably some of the most important people in the team, excluding Alchemist, and Shadow Demon's not really that important. He's the one getting the farm. These people are sharing experience, and it's not a brilliant idea. Checking out the net worth, I want to see what the net worth is at. So Alchemist has definitely just been farming all game, and so is this Lifestealer. But he's followed quite closely by the Dragon Knight, who's also been doing a very good job. Meanwhile, Alchemist's just farming. He just wants to get to that late game. He's got a Hand of Midas. No wonder his net worth is so high. So when he gets that Shadow Blade, it's going to be absolutely brilliant for him. There's a 3-man mid defense here, and Storm Spirit's just jungling, which is perfectly fine if you ask me. Even though once again there's that same situation. So now he has gone on that Weaver again, and it's like they've known. It's like they knew. Are they going to continue jumping out at him? Do they have sentries? Do they have detection? No, they know. They know, and now they're going to turn this around, and now they're going to go on him. Are they? No, they're just going to back off.
Dire's top tower is
So
under
definitely seeing that charge there, probably from the sentry well before it happened. Brilliant ward placement there by Team Omega, who definitely stand a big chance in winning this. Taking a look at the graphs, we can see it's been erratic, but it's very, very even. The gold difference, not so much, but when you've got an Alchemist on your team, I'm not surprised. Oh, no, I take that back, sorry. The gold difference is going for Team Omega. So Team Omega are actually taking the gold difference, even though they're actually behind on kills. So we can see that the farming there, working much better. Even with that 3-man mid sort of farm there, the net worth is definitely in favour of Team Omega as a collective. So well done to them. Oh yes, Team Omega with the Alchemist. Yeah, sorry about that. Getting a bit tired of casting already, and I've only done 2 games. I can't believe this. So it looks like they've done another charge. I wonder if Dragon Knight knows. It looks like he does know. He's popped off his ult. And Spirit Breaker is just going to stick around here. Once again, another bit of a shame on a life bomb lost. Meanwhile, Weaver's going to try and jump forward, and he's going to pull this creep wave back, which he probably didn't really want to do. But either way, they are going to be putting a lot of pressure on this tower. But once again, they're just going to back off. So Team Omega are probably just happy putting pressure and farming up that Alchemist. And CM25 wanting to get pickoffs, wanting to get kills, which is what Storm Spirit's for, which is what Spirit Breaker's for. And they've sort of done that job, and I think that's why the experience graph is looking very, very even though it's been up and down. So he TP'd to mid, which means that Spirit Breaker isn't going to continue that charge. And rightly so, unless he does want to continue that charge. Unless he's going top, maybe. Maybe he charges top. He can't just charge through the middle of the map, though. That's the problem. And with a Lifestealer missing, you don't know who's going to... because the Lifestealer, I mean, he could be in the Darkseer. He could be in the Storm Spirit. He could be in the Spirit Breaker. You can see the Spirit Breaker, but that doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing. And they've gone on this Dragon Knight. They've popped the dust, and that does slow him down. But they might just turn this around. Yes, they have. So now they're going to go on this, but there's going to be a right click, and there's going to be a defensive disruption there. And is it going to make a difference? It is. It's going to be a right click. Oh, that's a brilliant armlet toggle. Maybe they switched up for the wrong one. Oh, I heard a zip in, and that's going to be a zip in on the Naga, and the Naga's going to go down. The Lifestealer is going to end up going down. Also with the Spirit Breaker, once again, another charge just hasn't gone their way. And Team Omega have decided to turn it around. Pebble is desperately trying to get up here. And he has made it through on the skin of his bottle. He made it through on the skin of his bottle, while Alchemist just farming.
Radiant's
See,
top
this is
tower
scary. We haven't had a gank on Alchemist yet. So if we look here at net worth, that's definitely on the Alchemist, and Alchemist should be somewhere around here. Yeah, he's just 0-0-0. Hasn't participated in any of the team fights. Meanwhile, they have gone on the Vengeful Spirit and they have killed her, but the charge is continuing from the Spirit Breaker, even though he's probably just going to make it up to Weaver. Is he going to make it to Weaver? He's going to run straight through Weaver. Is he? Is Weaver going to try on Lifestealer? No, they're not even going to go in on that. They should know that the Naga ulti is down for another 100 seconds. Meanwhile, Lifestealer just farming. And now the Alchemist has said, I am fed. I have been fed because you have fed me. And he is going to be here, maybe with the team? The Shadow Demon is still quite a way back, and he does have a TP, but he's definitely not using it. So maybe we're going to see our first full-on 5-on-5 concentration here. There's going to be an immediate initiation, and he's gone. Oh, and the Weaver's just gone straight back, and that's the first kill is on that Weaver. And then there's been a swap out towards the... Oh, no. Darkseer's gone down. Lifestealer's already gone down as well. Oh, and they've taken out the Venge. They've taken out the Spirit Breaker. An absolutely amazing team fight by Team Omega, completely bringing this back around. Let's take a look at the XP graph. That's shot him up forward. Let's take a look at the gold graph. That's shot him up forward. Oh no, and are they going to catch up to the Lifestealer as well? They're not going to be able to. Lifestealer is just going to arc lightning, ball lightning out of there. And once again, they're not going to push this tower. Just not going to push this tower. Now, did Alchemist have a say in any of that? Yes, he did. He got 2 kills and 3 assists. So we can see when the Alchemist joins that battle, the battle does change around a lot. And this is the pressure of letting your carry farm, even if your team is behind. It was 4-8 before. It is now 11-10. They've definitely turned this around. Alchemist just buying that BKB there. That means that he's definitely farmed. He's bought a BKB. He's probably very happy with himself. He's level 13. 3 more levels and he's got a level 3 ult. So all he's going to do is watch farm up these Ancients. Oh, that is going to be a gold mine and a half when he finally does arrive to this. And he's just going to stack it one more time. Although it's hard to stack it when they pass this much. 58, 59. No, and it didn't stack because it is quite close. And it is hard to stack that camp when there are so many stacks. Excuse me, that is just me choking there, unfortunately. They've gone for a charge onto that Alchemist that took a lot of damage from that Darkseer. But it looks like they have jumped out. They are going to commit to this. The Alchemist is going to go down. He is going to go down. He's popped his BKB, unfortunately, a little bit too late. And he's been completely taken down, but that's good. They're going to turn this around again. The carry, the Dragon Knight. A lot of pressure there. That was a brilliant another charge there with Vengeful Spirit and Darkseer also helping out. But the TP's in and the timing, all they took was an Alchemist. Who cares? You've got another carry there. The carry. See the carry here, the Dragon Knight. And he just cleaned up the enemy team. 15-12. Once again, the team fight's going in Amiga's way. No, excuse me. I choked on water when I was drinking my mug of water before, so I'm terribly sorry about that, guys. It looks like the experience graph has just literally shot up into Omega's way. Let's take a look at the gold. Since Alchemist buying that, actually even before Alchemist bought that, it's been a lot of gold. And Spirit Breaker using his charge to get into lane quickly rather than a TP. Smart choice. Okay. I'm terribly sorry about this, guys. Getting back into the battle. Let's get straight back into it. We're going to see, once again, the carry pick up the rune. So, brilliant rune play there by the Dragon Knight. And we haven't seen many towers pushed down. We've got it's 22 minutes in. We've had the tier 1 towers on the Dire side being pushed. And the tier 3 towers. And one of the tier 3 towers... No, it is tier 1 towers. Sorry, I take that back. One of the tier 1 towers being pushed down on the Radiant side. So now the carry is going to try and stack this. Yeah. And is he gonna make it? He's not gonna make it again. It is very, very hard to stack, especially when it's this late. And it looks like he's going to go into Dragon Form and try and take him. Yes, he is going to go into Dragon Form. And look at how much damage he's doing to this Ancients. 2076. Let's see how it goes down. 2500. 2500 already. That is a really easy 600 gold there. Meanwhile, there's a 5-man grouping mid happening here by CM25, who can bring this game around, but after that Ancient stack, what is he going to buy? What is he going to buy? He's got a BKB. What is he going to go for? A Desolator? Maybe a Daedalus? Oh, brilliant initiation here by the Naga Siren. BKBs are popped, and they're talking amongst each other. They know to go for that Storm Spirit, and they've taken him down really quickly. Immediate kill on the Storm Spirit, then a disruption here on the Vengeful. Vengeful's going to go down as well. Lifestealer has tried to get in here, but it's not going to help him, and I think he's targeting the wrong person, and he's infested. Is he going to be able to make a kill here? Looks like he's not going to be able to, and he goes out. Maybe he can get the Naga. They're just backing off. Oh, brilliant defensive disruption there by the Naga. This is where Alchemist comes in, and now you're stunned, and now you're dead. That is a team wipe where the Alchemist did have to buy back. But it doesn't matter, because now they're going to push down this tier 2 tower.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And it looks like there's not going to be much defense on here. I don't think a Vengeful Spirit and a Storm Spirit are going to... are going to be able to defend this tower.
Has fallen.
Immediately they transfer back so that they can back off. So we're seeing very Chinese play here. Take a tower, then back off. Let your carries farm. Perfectly fine. Bit boring, but perfectly fine. If that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. Checking out the net worth, the top 3, the offlane that originally got ganked twice, might I remind our dearest viewers here, is now 3rd in the net worth list here. 15,000 experience going in the way of Team Omega. 15,000 gold going in the way of Team Omega. And it looks like they have gone on the Dragon Eye here, who pops the BKB and just wants to leave. Oh no, he turns around and he starts taking them, and the Alchemist comes in and they're just right-clicking. They're just completely right-clicking this down. The Dragon Knight does end up going down, but he does take 2. No, the Alchemist, sorry, takes the Vengeful Spirit. And the Storm Spirit, Vengeful Spirit and the Storm Spirit taken by... Oh, I'm not sure who, but still a team fight there. With Alchemist popping in, definitely going his way. And look at this Dragon Knight chasing him. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. That'll disappear soon. So now it looks like they do want to go on this Alchemist. Can they find him? Can they find him? He is in Viz. They place a ward, but it's not a sentry ward and it's not able to find him. So now they're just going to try and push down this tower as well. Oh, by the way, Black Luster Soldier, you can sort of just A-click a creep and it'll have the same effect. Weaver's coming in now. He's got the BKB and it doesn't look like there's any detection for him. Bit of a vacuum there, but it's not affected much. Looks like they've definitely gone onto Hadric there. Meanwhile, the Lifestealer is just going to go straight down. He should have waited. He might have been able to get Ada, but no, he's just going to go straight back. And they've tried to go for the Lifestealer there, but they're not going to. I guess he just waited too long. And Carrie is just going to walk up to him, right-click him once, and just say, "Get out, buddy. This is my lane." that was a rage. That was a rage sound. Yes, I knew it. I knew it had to be something like that. Looked like Spirit Breaker's going to get right up to him. Oh, and Naga is there, and looks like he is just going to turn around and he is just going to try and click him. Storm Spirit's going to come in as well. There's been a huge wave there. They get the stun off, but they can't get the kills, and oh, this isn't even fair. There's been a rage there from Lifestealer, and he tries to go in, and there's a double stun on Lifestealer, and can they get a kill? Can they get the kill on the Naga Siren here? They try, but they're not able to. These illusions doing top damage. Absolutely pro damage, and a last hit there on the Vengeful Spirit doing damage as well. Brilliant long range stun. That's taken out the Darkseer. Lifestealer is just going to have to rage through that wall and try and TP back. Oh, and he just does make it out alive, just barely, with his armlet toggling. Good play there, once again by Team Omega. Looking at the XP graph, we've got 20,000. Looking at the gold graph, we've got 20,000. They just can't seem to bring it back. CM25 just a close game for all intents and purposes, but now they're pushing the tier 3, and I don't think that CM25 really has the ability to be able to defend against this push here. He's still going to go in, and he is going to try and take that Alchemist. And they're going to go straight in from there. They're going to take down the Alchemist almost instantaneously, but at the cost of a Storm Spirit. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? And at the cost of a Spirit Breaker. Spirit Breaker as well. They're trying to go for the Weaver, but he is just going to ulti out of there, and then he's just going to Sakuchi out, and it's not going to make a difference, because that is a 2-for-1 trade-off, and it doesn't really matter that Alchemist's their carry, because they've got a very viable carry in this Dragon Knight that's now got a Hyper Stone. He's now got an Assault Cuirass. That's it. He's not going to take damage anymore. He should definitely be calling that to the courier. Yeah, he's called the courier. Is that courier going to have his Assault Cuirass? It is! So the Assault Cuirass already going there to the carry Dragon Knight, whose net worth is now in 2nd place. Hugely above that Lifestealer. Let's take a look at the XP per minute. So this carry, the Dragon Knight carry, is actually beating the XP per minute of an Alchemist that has the ability to steal money off of creeps. What can I say except for solid effort, mate. We haven't seen any Roche attempts here. We could definitely see Naga Roche steals, but yes, I think they'd be the more likely team to go for Roche. Maybe team. Sorry, excuse me. Maybe CM25 could go for Roshan and try and bring it back, but they'd have to de-ward all of this, which they're going to do. No, they place a ward. Oh, that's just an observer ward. They place the observer ward there, and that's it. Unfortunately, it's not going to make much of a difference. Oh, Storm Spirit going down, unfortunately, in the bottom lane here. So now they're just going to push out all the way to this tower here. No, they're not. They're going to go straight into Roche. They've de-warded. They know that they don't have vision. They know that they can't contest this. Maybe if they pop everything right. I mean, they took down the Alchemist quite quickly last time, but they're taking down Roshan quite quickly this time. An Alchemist already with a Basher. He doesn't really have much... Oh, no, I take that back. He's just gotten his Abyssal. He doesn't really have much in the way of defense. He's got regen in his ultimate, but he doesn't really have like an Assault Cuirass or a Heart, which is what I'd love to see on him. But that's where you leave it up to the tanky Dragon Knight with his BKB, with his Lifesteal Helm of the Dominator, and his Assault Cuirass. I imagine he'll be going for a Satanic if the game gets that late. Lifestealer Infest. Could we see an initiation here? There's the initiation. That's where they're going to have to go in. Who are they going to target? Who are they going to target? It doesn't matter. Looks like it does. Oh! BKBs have been popped. So a couple of kills there. Brilliant song. The Alchemist is just going to come straight back because the tanky carry, but he does go down eventually after taking down No, he didn't take down, but he definitely helped take down the Lifestealer. Alchemist is going to keep right-clicking there. A few more hits and he takes down the Vengeful Spirit. Can he finish off taking down the Storm Spirit? It doesn't look like he can. One more hit. He gets a crit on that hit. Brilliant hit
Are under attack.
to take down the Storm Spirit as well. They did put up a fight. They put up a hell of a fight. But now Alchemist on his own here, after having popped the Aegis, he's just going to keep on farming. He's going to keep on farming. He's going to keep on pushing. And it looks like he's going to take the tower. Not the tower, sorry, the racks.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
Darkseer is bought back, but I don't really know what the use is that against an Alchemist that could, you know, few shots, Barracks has already gone down, and that's a waste of money. But he does have his mech, and he does have a soul ring, and that's pretty much his core. And a stun on the Alchemist here. Oh, is he going to come in on this? Is he going to come in? It does do a lot of damage, but with that ulti up, he's just going to regen it all back. Who are they charging at? Nobody, just a creep. So once again, another tower. Actually, I don't think it was even the tower. I think it was just the racks. Took down the racks. And now it's Lifestealer saying... Oh, no, sorry. It's Weaver saying, hey, guys, push top. Bottom's being pushed out already. And it looks like that's what the team wants to do. Vengeful Spirit just wants to jungle in the... So that's a mech with the... mech already on the Darkseer. Is this miscommunication? Or are they trying to maybe double mech their Lifestealer, who only has a Maelstrom? Which is probably the right suggestion. If you're behind, you go for damage items. If you're in front, you go for tank items. And the reason for that is because if you're behind, you need to get those kills. Once again, even if you come off even, if you're behind, you're going to make a huge difference. Weaver going in. Oh, getting the courier and then maybe getting a couple of kills. No, doesn't get a couple of kills on the Vengeful Spirit, but they go in and they get rid of that. Spirit Breaker as well as the couple more hits. That's a couple more hits on the Vengeful Spirit. Storm Spirit desperately trying to get out of here, and is he going to be able to? Oh, a stun there, and another stun, a follow-up stun. That's 4 kills from a Weaver initiation there on that Vengeful Spirit, and the team tried to get in and they tried to defend him, and now it looks like they're going to go for the guts. They're going to go for the guts, and there's a lot of damage on these towers, and the tower's just going to fall. The next tower is going to fall as well. There's a huge wall and a vacuum right into the wall, but GG has been called, and that is the game. What brilliant play here by Team Omega, being 4-8 down and then just pulling it back. Past the laning stage was just some amazing team fights. Naga Ultimates called in at just the right time. I commend both of these teams for their absolutely amazing play. Let's take a quick rundown. Alchemist and Dragon Knight definitely the MVPs of the game with an Abyssal Blade, and he was getting that Reaver. Is it a Reaver? It is a Reaver. Maybe to head off towards a Satanic, which I'm sure Dragon Knight was planning to go towards. Because he had already finished his BKB and his Assault Cuirass. Meanwhile, on the Dire, I do have to give commendations for Darkseer for being in a very difficult tri-lane and eventually bringing it back. It's a bit of a shame that we had a slow supports. Even with those Weaver kills, it is a bit difficult for the supports in a tri-lane, and in their team fight moments they just couldn't bring it around, but they held in 35 minutes long, which is a long-ish match that we've seen some 15-minute matches, but well done to both teams. Thank you for all of my viewers. This will be up on youtube.com/goingonlylogical, or search for Only Logic on YouTube. And definitely hit the follow button if you want to keep up to date with all of the MASCA CyberWars Dota 2 games, which I'll be casting as many of as I can, but unfortunately not all of them. I think I've got another match coming up tonight, starting at 10 o'clock, which I might be in for, so if you guys want to stay in tune, I will be back.